The jungle never sleeps. It breathes. It watches. Tonight, the canopy is thick enough to swallow the moon whole, leaving only fragments of silver light bleeding through the leaves. Somewhere in that suffocating darkness, something moves without sound. No footsteps, no breath, just the faint shift of shadow against shadow. The monkeys have gone silent. The insects have stopped their course. Even the wind seems afraid to disturb the stillness. There is a presence here, patient, ancient, and impossibly close. You can't see it, but it sees you, and it has been watching. For hours. The forest floor is a graveyard of fallen leaves and broken branches. Each step through this place sounds like a scream in the void. But tonight, nothing steps. Nothing moves. The darkness here is different, thicker, heavier, like it has weight and texture. It clings to your skin. It fills your lungs. Above, the canopy forms a ceiling of twisted limbs and tangled vines, blocking out every trace of starlight. This is where the moon can't reach. This is where sight dies. Somewhere in the undergrowth, a branch snaps. Not from wind, not from falling, from weight. Something stepped down, deliberate and controlled. Then, nothing. Silence returns, but it's no longer empty. It's full of presence, full of intent. The kind of silence that makes your heartbeat sound like thunder in your ears. Your breath becomes a betrayal. Every exhale is a signal, a beacon that says, I am here. I am alive. I am prey. In the upper branches, a pair of eyes opens. They don't reflect light. They absorb it. Two golden wells of fire suspended in the blackness, unblinking, unwavering. They have been open for the past 20 minutes, watching a clearing below where a young sambar deer grazes nervously. The deer knows. Instinct screams at it to run, to flee, to abandon this cursed stretch of jungle. But hunger is louder than fear. It lowers its head. It takes another bite. And somewhere above, those eyes narrow. The predator doesn't move. Not yet. Patience is the sharpest weapon in the dark. Rushing is for amateurs, for the desperate. This hunter is neither. It has done this 1,000 times, in 1,000 nights, just like this one. It knows that panic is contagious, that fear has a scent, that prey will break before the strike even comes. So it waits, muscles coiled, claws retracted, breath held in a chest built for silence. The jungle holds its breath with it. The leopard is not an animal, it is a concept, a living embodiment of stealth, woven from darkness and fog. Its coat is a canvas of rosettes, black rings burned into golden fur. But in this light, there is no gold, only void. It has become part of the night itself, a fragment of shadow that learned to breathe and kill. Evolution carved it into perfection. Retractable claws that leave no sound. Padded paws that kiss the earth without disturbing a single leaf. A spine built for compression and explosion. It shifts its weight, barely an inch, and the branch beneath it doesn't creak. 70 kilograms of raw predatory force distributed across 4 points of contact. Each one deliberate, each one silent. Its tail sways gently behind it, a counterbalance. A slow pendulum marking the seconds until death. The leopard's eyes never leave the deer. They don't blink. Blinking is a luxury for creatures that aren't hunting. Blinking is for prey. Below, the sambar deer raises its head. Its ears swivel, scanning the darkness for threats it will never see. The leopard knows this dance. It has performed it countless times. The deer will look, will listen, will convince itself that the danger has passed. Then it will lower its guard. That is when the gap closes. That is when the night moves. But something is wrong. The deer's nostrils flare. Its body tenses. It has caught a scent, not of the leopard, but of something else. Blood. Old blood. Dried into the bark of a tree 10 meters away, where last night's kill was dragged and cached. The deer takes a step back. Its muscles bunch, preparing to bolt. The leopard's pupils dilate. The window is closing. Patience has limits. The forest seems to lean in closer, waiting for the verdict. Will the predator strike now, or will it let this meal walk away into the safety of distance? The leopard decides, and the night explodes. There is no warning, no growl, no roar, no battle cry, just the sudden absence of stillness. The leopard drops from the branch like a stone wrapped in silk, forelimbs extended, claws unsheathing mid-fall. Gravity and muscle combine into something unstoppable. The air splits around its body. The deer's head snaps up, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream that will never escape its throat. 4 meters. 3, 2. The leopard lands on the deer's back with the force of a collapsing star. Claws sink deep into hide, hooking into muscle and sinew. The deer's legs buckle. Its spine arches. It tries to scream, but the leopard's jaws are already closing around its throat, not biting yet, just holding, just controlling. The deer thrashes, kicks, bucks with every ounce of survival instinct its body can summon. But the leopard is already wrapped around it like a second skin, limbs locked, weight pressing down, suffocating momentum and hope in the same crushing embrace. They go down together, crashing into the undergrowth in a tangle of limbs in desperation. Leaves explode into the air, branches snap, the forest floor trembles. And then, silence. The deer's legs stop kicking. Its eyes glaze over, staring up at a canopy it can no longer see. The leopard's jaws tighten just once, and something in the deer's neck gives way with a muffled crack. No more breath, no more heartbeat. Just the weight of a body going limp in the dark. The leopard doesn't let go immediately. It holds the throat for another 30 seconds, feeling for the pulse that is no longer there. Only when it is certain, when death has fully settled into the carcass, does it release its grip. It steps back, panting softly, sides heaving. Not from exhaustion, from adrenaline. From the primal high that floods every predator's veins after a successful kill. It licks its lips, tasting copper and salt. Then it looks up, scanning the canopy, the shadows, the spaces between trees, making sure it is still alone, making sure it is still the apex. The leopard lowers its head to the carcass, teeth finding the soft belly where the meat is richest. It tears through hide with surgical precision, peeling back skin to expose the dark red muscle beneath. Steam rises from the wound, carrying the scent of fresh death into the night air. The leopard eats in silence, jaws working methodically, consuming fuel for the endless hunt that is its life. Every bite is calculated, every swallow is earned. But 15 minutes into the feast, something changes. The leopard stops chewing. Its ears snap forward, rotating like satellite dishes tuning into a distant frequency. There is a sound, faint, almost imperceptible. The rustle of leaves, not from wind, but from movement. Footsteps, heavy, deliberate, coming closer. The leopard's lips curl back, revealing blood-stained fangs. It doesn't growl. Growling is a warning, and warnings are for creatures that negotiate. The leopard doesn't negotiate. It fights or it disappears. Those are the only 2 options. It takes one last bite, then backs away from the carcass, melting into the underbrush without a sound. Its golden eyes remain fixed on the clearing, watching as the darkness shifts and something else steps into view. A sloth bear, massive, shaggy, moving with the lumbering confidence of something that has no natural enemies in these woods. It smells the blood. Its nose twitches, nostrils flaring as it follows the scent to the dead sandbar. The bear sniffs the carcass, then grabs it with powerful claws, dragging it toward the edge of the clearing, claiming it, stealing it. The leopard watches from the shadows, muscles tensed, claws digging into the earth. This is not its first time losing a kill. The jungle is a brutal accountant, and debts are paid in blood or hunger. But the leopard is not ready to surrender. Not yet. It slinks forward, staying low, circling the bear like a ghost with teeth. The bear is strong, but it is slow. The bear is dominant, but it is blind in the dark. And the leopard. The leopard is the night itself. The leopard doesn't charge. It doesn't roar. It simply appears. One moment the bear is alone with its stolen prize. The next, there is a streak of gold and black erupting from the shadows, slamming into the bear's side with claws extended. The bear bellows, a deep, guttural roar that shakes the trees, and swings a massive paw in retaliation. But the leopard is already gone, vanished back into the darkness before the blow can land. This is not a fight. This is psychological warfare. The leopard strikes again, this time from behind, raking its claws across the bear's haunches before disappearing once more. The bear spins, roaring, confused, enraged. It can't see the enemy. It can't predict the attacks. All it knows is pain and shadow and the maddening sensation of being hunted by something it cannot catch. The leopard circles, patient, relentless. It strikes a third time, a fourth, each attack calculated to inflict maximum irritation with minimum risk. It is not trying to kill the bear. It is trying to break it, to exhaust it, to make it realize that this meal is not worth the torment. And slowly, the strategy works. The bear's roars grow quieter. Its movements become defensive, uncertain. It backs away from the carcass, still bellowing, still trying to assert dominance. But its eyes are wide. Its posture is crumbling. The leopard steps forward, visible now, standing between the bear and the kill. Its lips are pulled back in a silent snarl. Its body is low, coiled, radiating menace. The message is clear. Leave, or this ends differently. The bear hesitates. It outweighs the leopard by 100 kilograms. It has claws that could disembowel with a single swipe. But in this darkness, strength means nothing. In this darkness, the leopard is gone. The bear turns. It lumbers back into the jungle, still growling, still defiant, but defeated nonetheless. The leopard watches until the sound of crashing foliage fades into the distance. Only then does it return to the carcass, reclaiming what was always its. The leopard cannot finish the kill here. Too exposed. Too many scavengers. Jackals will come. Hyenas, if they catch the scent. Even vultures will descend at first light. The leopard needs elevation. It needs safety. It needs a larder that gravity protects. So it grips the sandbar's neck in its jaws and begins to drag. 70 kilograms of dead weight through thorns and roots and uneven ground. The muscles in the leopard's neck strain. Its paws dig into the earth for purchase. But it doesn't stop. Survival is not a choice. It is a command written into every cell of its body. It reaches the base of a towering fig tree, its trunk wide and ancient, branches spreading like skeletal fingers into the void above. The leopard releases the carcass, circles the tree, calculating angles and grips. Then it sinks its claws into the bark and begins to climb up, meter by meter, hauling itself and the dead sandbar into the canopy. This is the leopard's true mastery, not just the hunt, but the engineering of survival. Other predators kill and feast where they stand. The leopard kills and elevates. It defies gravity and scavengers in one brutal act of strength. 10 meters up, it finds a sturdy branch, wide enough to support both predator and prey. The leopard drapes the sandbar across the limb, wedging it into a fork where it won't fall. Then it settles beside the carcass, panting, exhausted, victorious. The jungle spreads out below like a dark ocean. The moon finally breaks through the canopy, casting silver light across the scene. The leopard's eyes glow in that light, twin beacons of gold and fire. It begins to eat again, tearing into the meat with renewed hunger. This meal will last 2 days, maybe 3. The leopard will return here each night, climbing through the dark to feed in solitude. No rivals, no thieves, just the predator and its prize, suspended between earth and sky, between life and death. The jungle continues its endless symphony below, howls, chirps, rustles, but up here there is only silence and satisfaction. Hours pass. The leopard has eaten its fill. Its belly is distended, sides rising and falling with slow, contented breaths. It lies stretched along the branch, one paw draped over the edge, tail hanging loose. From a distance, it looks almost peaceful, almost domesticated. But peace is an illusion in the jungle. Safety is a lie that prey tells itself before dying. Below, something moves. Not a scavenger, not prey, something else. The leopard's eyes snap open. Its ears rotate, locking onto a sound, footsteps. Bipedal, slow, accompanied by the metallic clink of equipment. Humans, a patrol, perhaps, or poachers. The leopard doesn't distinguish. To it, humans are the only predator it fears, the only creature that hunts without hunger, that kills without need. The leopard doesn't flee. Not yet. It watches from above, perfectly still, perfectly camouflaged against the bark and leaves. The humans pass below, their flashlights cutting pale tunnels through the darkness. They don't look up. They never do. Humans are terrestrial thinkers, bound to the ground by gravity and ignorance. They believe the jungle is a two-dimensional plane. They forget that death also comes from above. One of the men stops. He sniffs the air. Blood, he mutters. His companion shines a light toward the base of the fig tree, scanning the ground for the source. The beam sweeps across roots, leaves, shadows, but it never climbs. The leopard's eyes narrow. Its muscles tense. If they find the cache, they will take it. If they look up, they will see it. And if they see it, the leopard will have to choose between hunger and survival. The seconds stretch. The man takes a step closer. His flashlight beam rises, inch by inch, creeping up the trunk. The leopard's claws extend, digging into the bark. Its breath stops. The beam climbs higher, 3 meters, 5, 8, and then the man's radio crackles. A voice barks orders. The patrol moves on, flashlights bobbing away into the dark. The leopard exhales, a long, slow release of tension. It lowers its head back onto its paws, but it doesn't close its eyes. Not anymore. The night is no longer safe. The jungle is no longer its alone. Dawn is still hours away, but the leopard knows it is time to descend. It takes one last bite from the carcass, then leaves the rest for tomorrow's hunger. Climbing down is slower than climbing up. Gravity is no longer an ally but a threat, pulling at every misstep, promising a fatal fall. But the leopard descends with the same precision it used to ascend, claws finding holds, paws testing weight before committing. When it reaches the ground, it pauses, scanning the darkness one final time. The jungle is waking. Somewhere in the distance, a peacock screams its morning alarm. A troop of langurs begins their chatter, announcing the approaching dawn. The leopard turns away from the fig tree and slips into the undergrowth, moving deeper into the places where light fears to follow. It returns to the shadows that birthed it, to the spaces between trees where the moon can't reach and humans don't wander. This is the leopard's kingdom. Not the clearings, not the trails, but the forgotten corners, the overgrown thickets, the suffocating darkness where sight surrenders to instinct. Here, it is invisible. Here, it is eternal. It will rest through the day, hidden in a cave or dense brush, and when night falls again, it will rise. It will hunt. It will kill. Because that is what the night demands. That is what the jungle made it to do. The leopard disappears into the dark, leaving only paw prints in the soft earth, prints that the rain will wash away by noon. No evidence, no trace, just the memory of something ancient and unstoppable, moving through the world like a whisper made of teeth. The jungle exhales, the night recedes, but the leopard remains, waiting, watching, patient as stone. Because somewhere in this endless green hell, something is already moving toward it. Something that doesn't know its prey. Not yet. But it will. When the moon hides again. When the darkness returns. When the leopard decides. It's time to hunt. The jungle never forgets. Every shadow holds a memory. Every silence hides a heartbeat. The leopard doesn't hunt because it is cruel. It hunts because it is alive. Because hunger is honest, and survival is the only truth this world respects. Somewhere tonight, In a place where the moon can't reach, it is happening again. A branch bends, eyes open. Something waits in the dark, and you will never see it coming. If the silence hasn't broken you yet, share the fear. Let others feel the weight of the unseen. And subscribe, because the jungle has more secrets, and they're all watching.